Hey, look, it's the Hyundai Santa Cruz, and for 2025, we've got a mid-cycle refresh. Some styling changes outside as well as in. An off-roadish trim has been added. This happens to be the top spec. So let's take this luxe truck for a spin, shall we? Get in. This is Family Wheels. 2025 sees rising interest in used vehicles, not just this shiny new Santa Cruz here. Availability of some vehicles is affected by U.S. tariffs and other countries' counter-tariffs. Plus, there's increased demand for lower-priced vehicles these days. Family Wheels has reviews all the way back to 2015, 10 years of analyzing vehicles that were new then and pre-owned now. Have a browse, and thanks for liking and subscribing to Family Wheels. The Santa Cruz is offered in 3 trims in Canada. This is the top spec, the ultimate. It has this terrific two-tone, very dark green leather surface, heated and ventilated seats, and so forth. There's an $8,500 spread between the bottom trim and the top trim, so you do have a fair bit of choice. The displays are stylish but also functional, 2 big panels in a single housing that shares the design language of more expensive models right up through Hyundai's Genesis luxury nameplate. Here at the top trim of the Santa Cruz are 20-inch wheels, adaptive cruise control, highway driving assist, 360-degree cameras, powered front passenger seat, 8-speaker Bose sound, and the aforementioned leather seats with heat and ventilation. In Canada, there is no choice of engine. Everybody gets the 2.5-liter Turbo 4 with 281 horsepower. Well, it's sprightly, not neck-snapping, but pretty good, especially with the all-wheel drive. In the U.S., the bottom 3 trims are also available with front-wheel drive and a non-turbo engine that puts out 191 horsepower and 181 pound-feet, both well below the turbo spec. Full price list later in the review. In the trims that use the 2.5-liter turbocharged engine, Hyundai uses an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. I'm not sure why. There's no particular disadvantage or advantage that I can feel. They use an automatic transmission in the non-turbo 2.5-liter engine vehicles. I'm quite familiar with the Hyundai Turbo 4. It's a fine engine, puts out lots of power, very tractable. However, it is not particularly fuel efficient. The city fuel consumption is 12 liters per 100 kilometers, and that's not especially great. In fact, it's not as good as the Ford Maverick, that is the turbo non-hybrid version of the Ford Maverick, let alone the hybrid version, which is about half the consumption in city terms. Now, that takes me to the topic of hybrids. This vehicle is based on the Tucson crossover. The Tucson is available with a hybrid. This vehicle is not. And I think they'd sell a lot more, especially here in Canada, where our fuel prices are absolutely ludicrous. They'd sell a lot more Santa Cruz vehicles in Canada if they offered a hybrid version. So it's a car, it's a truck. Is the handling more like one than the other? Let's find out. Head through a series of bends in sport mode. Well, you'll never mistake it for a sports car, but not bad for a combo car and truck. Let's check out a flat 90-degree bend, see what the handling's like through this. Reasonably confident, actually. Yes, there is understeer. That's what most people need for safety's sake. So no complaints there. Let's check out the brakes, not for pure stopping power, only going 70k, low 40-mile-an-hour range, but rather for the feel and the sense of control you get when you hit the brakes. And that was good. Not grabby, not mushy, good modulation all the way down. One of the reasons to put a truck on a car frame, as we used to say, is a ride, a smoother ride. So let's go over some railway tracks. And sure enough, the Santa Cruz is smooth as can be. Let's see how the Santa Cruz does on our neighborhood bumpy road. Potholes, patches, speed bumps galore. Really, it's quite luxurious. They've tuned the suspension very well. Much more car than truck. You know it's a pickup truck because its name is debossed in big letters across the tailgate. So let's open it up and see what is inside. A tonneau cover, and in this case it is the tambour style. As far as the bed goes, the truck bed has 3 hidden storage areas. On each side, a little bin, and on the right side, a single 3-prong outlet. A nice touch, hidden storage under the bed. And if you want to get creative with your storage, there's a C-channel rail on each side with a cleat. The Santa Cruz just passes our Family Wheels child seat test. Behind me, the kind that takes up the most space, rear facing. Up front, well, I'm 180 centimeters tall, 5 feet 11 inches. There's just a tiny bit of room between my knees and the glove box door. Of course, if you're using a forward-facing child seat, you'll have lots more room. There is plenty of room for 2 adults in the back of the Santa Cruz. That's even after I readjusted the front passenger seat to provide a lot more room for me. Plenty of space between my knees and the seat back in front of me. As far as niceties go, not many. No heated rear seats here. Just a couple of USB-C ports and the usual center vents. Underneath these seats, a storage space for the jack on this side, just a storage compartment on the left. Hyundai must have grown tired of seeing so many jacked up, big-tired, medium-sized, and compact trucks being sold by its rivals, especially Ford, Honda, and Toyota. So now there is the XRT, which Hyundai says has its own front and rear bumper designs, a trim-specific grille, front tow hooks, all-terrain tires, and wheel spokes that look like wrenches, plus increased approach angle and debossing on the front seats. The drivetrain is the same as in the regular 2.5 turbo. So that's the 2025 Hyundai Santa Cruz. I really like it. It's beautiful inside and out, extremely comfortable. I just wish it came as a hybrid too. What do you think? Leave a comment. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and thanks for subscribing. I'm Richard Detman, and I'll see you next time on Family Wheels.